To publish. I'm pausing the video on 2/18/41. Do you see that individual carrying something across his shoulder, wearing a what appears to be a blue jacket? Answer, say that again. Question, do you see the person on the video? Answer, I see the back of his head. Question, do you see the back of the head of the person wearing the jean jacket? Correct. Answer, correct. Question, do you see the jacket in state 72, image number 3, the front of the jacket? Answer, yeah. Question, do you see that jacket in state's image 1 of state 72? Answer, I see the same thing y'all see. Question, we spoke about this, Mr. Glass. Answer, I said that. The court, excuse me. Counsel, you ask questions, all right? By Ms. Smith, question. I'm asking questions, Mr. Glass, and just asking you to respond if you have knowledge. Is this the jacket that was in image number 1 and image number 3, the jacket that Melly was wearing on October 26th of 2018? Answer, to the best of my knowledge. Question, to the best of your knowledge, yes or no? Answer, yes. Ms. Smith, publishing state 7. Question, I'm back to state 7, timestamp 2/18/41. The individual that's on screen wearing the jacket, it appears something across his back. Who is that individual? Mr. Glass, can you respond? Answer, I see the same person as last time. Question, okay, and can you tell us who that same person is? Answer, Melly. Ms. Smith, continuing to publish. The witness asking questions I don't know the answers to. By Ms. Smith, question. Mr. Glass, you can't speak when there's not a question. Mr. Glass, do you see that individual carrying something in their left hand? I'm asking you if you see them, just if you see them. Answer, yes. Question, do you recognize that person? Answer, of course. Question, and who is that person? Answer, Christopher Thomas. Question, Mr. Glass, can you identify for the record? I know there's a video, but can you identify which vehicle you got into? Answer, the red Mitsubishi. Question, and can you tell us who was in the car with you? Answer, Kobe, Tay, and AD. Question, so AD, Tay, and Kobe. Answer, Is that a yes? Answer, yes. Question, so that is a total of 4 people. Answer, correct. And in the vehicle to the left of the screen, the Jeep, who entered that vehicle to your knowledge? Answer, everybody else that was there. Sack, Melly, Juby, and Cortland. Answer, okay. I'm sorry, question, okay, and by my count, is that also 4 people? Answer, correct. Question, and when those continuing to publish at 2/19/36. I'm going to stop at 2/19/46. At the time you left the scene in that red Mitsubishi, where were you headed? Answer, supposed to be home. Question, who's home? Answer, I guess Melly's house. Question, and was everybody in that red car headed to Melly's house? Answer, to the best of my knowledge. Question, and what about the Jeep? Where was your understanding that the Jeep was headed, the gray Jeep? Answer, same spot. Question, so both cars left the studio with the intention of heading to what you identified as Melly's house? Answer, correct. Question, can you tell us, I guess, what was the mood or the vibe of the studio while you guys were there? Answer, it was years ago. I can't tell you nothing right now. Question, okay, if you don't recall, that's fine. Was there any physical confrontation that you observed at the studio? Answer, just like a regular day at the studio, smoking and drinking. And you just mentioned smoking. Where are you smoking? Specifically you. Answer, weed. Question, all right, and now the vehicles. We saw that the gray vehicle on the video pulled off first. Can you tell us where you guys, the route you guys took to the best of your knowledge? I can't tell you because I don't know. Do you recall getting on a highway at all? Answer, I recall being in the car while it was driving. I don't know where. I don't know. I don't. Question. Were you awake the entire time you were in that vehicle? Answer. I wasn't. Question. Okay, do you know at what point you fell asleep? Answer. I don't. Question. All right. And when you left the studio, you were awake. Is that a fair statement? Answer. I was. Question. And at what point do you recall waking up, or what time do you recall the next thing you saw? Answer. Once it came to a stop. Question. All right. And where did you come to a stop? Answer. At the house gate. Question. At the house gate for Melly's house? Answer. Yeah. Question. When you got to the house gate at Melly's house, who was inside your vehicle, the red Mitsubishi? Answer. Same people you've seen get in the car. Question. By your testimony, Kobe, AD, Tay, and yourself? Answer. Yes. Question. Okay, so still 4 people. Answer. Still 4 people. Question. Do you recall how you guys entered the gate? Answer. The gate was open for us. Ms. Smith, publishing states 47. Question by Ms. Smith. I'm going to pause it at timestamp 349, looks like 58. Do you recognize that red Jeep Mitsubishi? Answer, I do. Question, is that the vehicle that you left the studio in? Answer, yes. Question, and is this the guard gate you testified to at Melly's house? Answer, yes. Question, do you see that screenshot at timestamp 351:31? Answer, Question, is that a yes? Answer, yes. Question, do you see yourself inside that red Mitsubishi vehicle? Answer, yes. Question, and were you located? Answer, and where are you located? Answer, passenger. Question, do you recall going through the gate, going through the procedure of going through the gate? Answer, yes. Question, so you get through the gate, where do you go next? Answer, to the house. Question, all right. And can you tell us, you pull into the house, is there a driveway in the house, in front of the house? Answer, yeah. Question, are there any other cars parked in that driveway when you get to the house? Answer, no. Question, all right, did you see the gray Jeep that you left the studio with at the house? Answer, no. Question, all right, so what do you do when you get out of the vehicle? Answer, what I remember, I just went upstairs and went to sleep. Question, okay, and you said upstairs, so the house is how many stories? Answer, a couple. Question, okay, so you went upstairs to where specifically to sleep? Answer, to Judy's room. Question, all right, was Judy in his room? Answer, no. Question, do you recall where Melly's room was in the house? Answer, not upstairs. Question, okay, do you recall where it was if it was not upstairs? Answer, I think it was like front first room when you come in the house. Question, was Melly at the house when you got there, from what you can recall? Answer, no. Question, did you see Melly at any time in the house? Answer, no. Question, all right, so you go upstairs in Judy's room, and what do you do? Answer, crash. Question, crash meaning? Answer, go to sleep. Question, okay, at some point do you wake up? Answer, yeah. Question, and why? Answer, phone calls. Question, okay, safe to say your phone was getting a lot of phone calls blowing up? Answer, yeah. Question, and at some point you answered the phone, correct? Answer, yeah. Question, okay, what do you do in response to the phone calls? Answer, I answered it when it kept ringing, and yeah. Question, and so what do you do in response to getting that phone call? Answer, I ended up at the hospital. Question, all right, do you recall which hospital that was? Answer, no, I don't. Question, do you recall what city you were in at this point? Answer, I was in Broward. Question, what city, not the county? Answer, Miramar. Question, do you know if you went to Miramar Hospital? Answer, I don't know what hospital it was. Question, so you get to the hospital, what do you find out when you get to the hospital? Answer, that Anthony and Christopher were deceased. Question, okay, and obviously at that, let me not say obviously, but at that point in time, what do you do or how do you react to that news? Answer, grieving. Question, okay, do you stay at the hospital? Answer, not long. Question, where do you go after the hospital? Answer, I ended up somewhere, somebody's house. Question, all right, do you recall whose house that was? Answer, I don't know whose house it was, but I ended up there. Question, let's start about with the city. Do you recall what city the house was in? Answer, Miramar. Question, do you recall if it was in the same or different area than where Melly's house was? Answer, it looked similar. Question, and just to clarify, was it the same or different house than Melly's house? Answer, different. Question, where did you go when you went to that house? Answer, what do you mean? Question, like where in the house did you go? So you go to the house, where do you go? Answer, nowhere. Inside the house, I was in the back. Question, and would your statement refresh your recollection as to whose house you were at? Answer, maybe. Ms. Smith, Your Honor, please permission to approach. I'm sorry, Ms. Smith, Your Honor, permission to approach. I'm going to show defense counsel the same statement, page 4. Question by Ms. Smith. Same procedure, Mr. Glass, if you could just review page 4. Answer, I don't see nothing about a house here. Question, if you could just read the entire page and when you're done, let me know. Have you finished reading that page? Answer, yes. Has your memory been refreshed as to whose house you were at? Answer, I still don't see nothing about a house here. Okay, I'm going to now show you what's in evidence at State 62. Do you recognize individuals in State 62? Answer, yeah, I do. Question, okay, who are those individuals? Answer, Melly and another dude, Frito. Question, you said Melly and another dude, Frito? Yeah. Do you know Frito's name or any other nicknames? Answer, that's all I know, Frito. Question, Frito. Do you recall ever going to Frito's house? Answer, just that time. Question, just that time being what time? Answer, after I left the hospital. Question, and for the record, what is Frito wearing in the photograph? Answer, a shirt, a white shirt. Question, okay, so after the hospital, you went to Frito's house? Answer, to the best of my knowledge. Question, and what were you doing at the house? Answer, still grieving. Question, who took you to the hospital? Answer, the cameraman. Question, do you recall his name? Answer, Drew. Question, and do you recall who took you from the hospital to Frito's house? Answer, same person. Question, and before you left the hospital, or actually, who went to the hospital with you and Drew? Answer, just Drew. Question, who was at the house, Melly's house, before you left for the hospital? Answer, same people that was there when we got there. Question, okay, same people being the 4 people that entered the Mitsubishi? Answer, yes. Question, so you're at Frito's house. You mentioned, and I forgot exactly where you were in the house. Did you say where you were? Answer, Juby's room. Question, no, not Melly's house, Frito's house. Where were you at Frito's house? Answer, outside. Question, okay, and who was at Frito's house when you first got there? Answer, everybody that was in the house. Question, because I don't know who everybody was or is, can you please specify? Answer, Kobe, Melly, more people I don't know. Question, okay. Was that the first time you saw Melly after you guys left the studio? Answer, yeah. Question, was Melly wearing the same clothes or different clothes than when you saw him at the studio? Answer, nah, he wasn't. Question, nah, he wasn't. You got to specify. Answer, he wasn't wearing the same clothes. Answer, okay. Do you recall what he was wearing? Answer, just had on some shorts. Question, and how long do you stay at Frito-Lay's house? Answer, I don't know. Question, okay. Minutes, hours, days? Answer, could be minutes, could be hours. Question, so not days. Answer, not even a day. Question, so when you got to Frito's house, was it light or dark outside? Answer, light. Question, and you previously said yourself and Melly and someone else was at Frito's house. Was Frito there as well? Answer, I think I did see him, I don't remember. Question, okay, what happens while you're there? Like, you're there, you're outside, what happens? Answer, I'm grieving. Question, and you're grieving. Are you grieving alone? Answer, yes. Are you at the house at any point in time? Do more people come to the house or do people leave the house? Answer, if they did come, I don't know. I was in the back there grieving. Question, at any point in time, did Melly leave Frito's house? Answer, it came to a point where I was there by myself. Question, all right, so you were there by yourself. So the people that you previously said were there were no longer there, correct? Answer, correct. Question, and so do you know where they went during that time? Answer, I don't. Question, and we're still talking about October 26th of 2018, correct? Answer, yes. Question, and this would be shortly after the hospital? Answer, yes. Question, at some point does Melly come back to Frito's house? Answer, around that time I'm still grieving, getting a little, I don't know, yeah, I guess. Question, I guess Melly comes back? Answer, yes, I guess they did come back. I don't know, I'm not sure. Question, at some point does Melly leave again a second time? Answer, I don't remember anything from after that. For me grieving, that was the last thing I remember, was me grieving, and I end up in Gifford. Question, so before you end up in Griffin, sick, if I were to show you your statement, would that refresh your recollection as to Melly leaving and coming back a second time? Answer, I suppose so. Ms. Smith, permission to show him statement again? The court, yes, counsel. Question by Ms. Smith. Mr. Glass, I'm going to give you page 5 and page 6. If you could take a look, you can start in the middle and review those pages and look up when you're done. Are you done? Answer, uh-huh. Is that a yes? Answer, yes. Question, did that refresh your recollection? Answer, somewhat. Question, okay, so tell us what you somewhat remember. Answer, I just did. Question, if you recall, you said you weren't sure, you went to Gifford. And then I asked you if your statement would refresh your recollection. Does your statement refresh your recollection as to whether Melly left again? Answer, I'm not sure. I was grieving. I'm not sure what nobody did. I was grieving. Question, let's see. I pointed out to you the person that was wearing the jacket that you identified as Melly was carrying something across his side or his
With the quick service clients expect today, You need to get them the quote as soon as possible. That could be the difference between you getting the contract or not. With Jobber, I can prepare and send the quote right from my phone before I even leave their driveway. My clients aren't waiting a couple weeks like some of my competitors. It builds trust, it wins me more jobs, and it all works so smoothly.
Smoother from start to finish. Quote, schedule, invoice, and get paid. Start your free trial today at jobber.com.
I see Chris with one question, and that's Christopher Thomas. Answer, yes. Question, did you ever have any business relationship with the person referred to as Track? Answer, no. Question, okay, do you know who Track is? Answer, not really. Question, not really, or answer, I don't know who he is at all. Question, do you know of him? Answer, yeah. Question, did you see Track on October 26, 2018 at any point? Answer, no. Question, do you recall giving a statement, specifically the statement that you previously provided, that I previously provided you with here today to the detective in this case? Answer, Question, you have to answer out loud. Answer, yes. Question, that was a statement that you gave to Detective Moretti and another detective, I believe from Indian River. Is that correct? Answer, it could be. Question, would showing you that statement refresh your recollection as to anything regarding your interactions with Track on October 26, 2018? Answer, I don't know. I don't know Track. Question, no. My question was, would showing you the statement refresh your recollection as to any time you saw Track on October 26th of 2018? Answer, no. Question, one moment. You said you ended up back in Gifford at some point in time on October 26th of 2018. Answer, yes. Question, and do you recall where Melly was at the time you went to Gifford? Answer, I don't remember. Question, at some point at Frito's house, do you guys all leave, meaning you yourself, everybody that you previously identified that was there? Answer, I don't recall. Question, you don't recall leaving? Answer, I don't recall leaving with anyone. I don't know where I left. I don't know how I left. Question, okay, just to clarify my question, so you mentioned you left. When you left with Gifford, was anyone else at Frito's house? Answer, I don't know. Question, do you recall Melly making any statements in your presence while you were at Frito's house? Answer, I don't recall. Question, would showing you your statement refresh your recollection as to anything Melly told you while you were there? Answer, I don't recall. Question, so you remember them leaving the house at least once, correct? Answer, yeah. Yes. Answer, yes. Question, all right. Now, when they came back, do you recall any conversations that Melly had in your presence that first time after the first time? Answer, I don't recall. Question, would showing you your statement refresh your recollection as to those statements? Answer, no, it wouldn't. Question, all right. Do you have a Facebook page back in October 26th of 2018? Answer, I believe so. Ms. Smith, I'm approaching counsel with what's been marked as state's quadruple I, which was previously shown permission to approach the witness. The court, you may. Question by Ms. Smith, Mr. Glass, do you recognize these two pages that I'm showing to you? Answer, I guess so. Question, and this is a Facebook, do these statements reflect a Facebook conversation? Answer, they do. Question, is this a fair and accurate representation of the conversation that you had on Facebook? Answer, it is. The clerk states quadruple I will be marked as states 83. Ms. Smith, permission to publish? The court, you may. Question by Ms. Smith. Mr. Glass, can you see that document in front of you? Answer, yes. Question, all right, where it says author, can you read that for the members of the jury? Answer, you want me to read it?
Excuse me one second. Then you and I received a message of one of your members needs a restroom break, so we'll take a short recess. Do not discuss the case. Don't form any opinion about the case. Don't allow anyone to discuss the case in presence. We'll be back in finish reading shortly, as soon as we're done with the restroom break. All right? Thank you. Thank you. Let the record reflect the jury stepped out. Mr. Devins, you need a restroom break?
Yes, sir.
Can you arrange that for Mr. Devins?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. We're in recess. Hopefully forecast.
Answer, yes. Question, is this the guard gate you testified to at Melly's house? Answer, yes, yes. Question, do you see that screenshot at timestamp 3:51:31? Answer, Question, is that a yes? Answer, yes. Question, do you see yourself inside that red Mitsubishi vehicle? Answer, yes. Question, and were you located? Answer, and where are you located? Answer, passenger. Question, do you recall going through the gate, going through the procedure of going through the gate? Answer, yes. Question, so you get through the gate, where do you go next? Answer, to the house. Question, all right. And can you tell us, you pull into the house, is there a driveway in the house, in front of the house? Answer, yeah. Question, are there any other cars parked in that driveway when you get to the house? Answer, no. Question, all right, did you see the gray Jeep that you left the studio with at the house? Answer, no. Question, all right, so what do you do when you get out of the vehicle? Answer, what I remember, I just went upstairs and went to sleep. Question, okay, and you said upstairs, so the house is how many stories? Answer, a couple. Question, okay, so you went upstairs to where specifically to sleep? Answer, to Judy's room.
Podcastle.ai is the all-in-one online platform that helps you make your content like a pro. But you don't have
The house? Answer, not upstairs. Question, okay, do you recall where it was if it was not upstairs? Answer, I think it was like front first room when you come in the house. Question, was Melly at the house when you got there, from what you can recall? Answer, no. Question, did you see Melly at any time in the house? Answer, no. Question, all right, so you go upstairs in Judy's room, and what do you do? Answer, crash. Question, crash meaning? Answer, go to sleep. Question, okay, at some point do you wake up? Answer, yeah. Question, and why? Answer, phone calls, phone calls, phone calls, phone calls. Question, okay, safe to say your phone was getting a lot of phone calls blowing up? Answer, yeah. Question, and at some point you answered the phone, correct? Answer, yeah. Question, okay, what do you do in response to the phone calls? Answer, I answered it when it kept ringing, and yeah. Question, and so what do you do in response to getting that phone call? Answer, I ended up at the hospital. Question, all right, do you recall which hospital that was? Answer, no, I don't. Question, do you recall what city you were in at this point? Answer, I was in Broward. Question, what city, not the county? Answer, Miramar. Question, do you know if you went to Miramar Hospital? Answer, I don't know what hospital it was. Question, so you get to the hospital, what do you find out when you get to the hospital? Answer, that Anthony and Christopher were deceased. Question, okay, and obviously at that, let me not say obviously, but at that point in time, what do you do or how do you react to that news? Answer, grieving. Question, okay, do you stay at the hospital? Answer, not long. Question, where do you go after the hospital? Answer, I ended up somewhere, somebody's house. Question, all right, do you recall whose house that was? Answer, I don't know whose house it was, but I ended up there. Question, let's start about with the city. Do you recall what city that house was in? Answer, Miramar. Question, do you recall if it was in the same or different area than where Melly's house was? Answer, it looks similar. Question, and just to clarify, was it the same or different house than Melly's house? Answer, different. Question, where did you go when you went to that house? Answer, what do you mean? Question, like where in the house did you go? So you go to the house, where do you go? Answer, nowhere. Inside the house, I was in the back. Question, and would your statement refresh your recollection as to whose house you were at? Answer, maybe. Ms. Smith, Your Honor, please permission to approach. I'm sorry, Ms. Smith, Your Honor, permission to approach. I'm going to show defense counsel the same statement, page 4. Question by Ms. Smith. Same procedure, Mr. Glass, if you could just review page 4. Answer, I don't see nothing about a house here. Question, if you could just read the entire page and when you're done, let me know. Have you finished reading that page? Answer, yes. Has your memory been refreshed as to whose house you were at? Answer, I still don't see nothing about a house here. Okay, I'm going to now show you what's in evidence at State 62. Do you recognize individuals in State 62? Answer, yeah, I do. Question, okay, who are those individuals? Answer, Melly and another dude, Frito. Question, you said Melly and another dude, Frito? Yeah. Do you know Frito's name or any other nicknames? Answer, that's all I know, Frito. Question, Frito. Do you recall ever going to Frito's house? Answer, just that time. Question, just that time being what time? Answer, after I left the hospital. Question, and for the record, what is Frito wearing in the photograph? Answer, a shirt, a white shirt. Question, okay, so after the hospital, you went to Frito's house? Answer, to the best of my knowledge. Question, and what were you doing at the house? Answer, still grieving. Question, who took you to the hospital? Answer, the cameraman. Question, do you recall his name? Answer, Drew. Question, and do you recall who took you from the hospital to Frito's house? Answer, same person.
Thank you. Please be seated. Let the record reflect the presence of the defendant, the counsel, the assistant state attorney, and the ladies and gentlemen jury. When we vote, I think we will vote on the readback of Mr. Glass. Madam Court Reporter, could you continue with the readback, please?
Question by Ms. Smith. If you can read that, what does it say next to author? Answer, Fargo. Question, what does it say before Fargo? Answer, Fetty Fargo. Question, do you see where it says Fetty Fargo? Answer, I see it. Question, okay. And who's Fetty Fargo? Answer, it was me. Question, who was that? So was that was that how you identified yourself on Facebook? Answer, kinda, sorta. Question, who were you having these conversations with? Answer, right now it looks like I'm talking to myself, like I was texting. I don't know who I sent it to. Question, do you see where it says participants? Answer, okay, so texting Melly. Question, that was page 1. I'm going to now publish to page 2. I'll publish it in part since it's a little small. Can you see that in front of you? Answer, yes. Question, I'm going to scroll up. What was the purpose of you having this conversation with Melly? Janelle Demons. Answer, I don't know. Just everything was questioned. Question, when you got to Gifford, were you looking for answers? Answer, not just me. Question, were people kind of pressing you for answers? Answer, correct. Question, and did they have any impact whether or not you reached out to Melly? Answer, I don't know what you mean by that. Question, so again, you said that people were looking for answers. So did you reach out to Melly looking for answers? Answer, I did. Question, is that the gist of that conversation on Facebook? Answer, is that just? Question, meaning the gist of the conversation was that the purpose behind the conversation and the general conversation that you had with him? Answer, yes. Question, do you know who Jamie King is? Answer, I don't know who she is. I know of her. Question, do you know her relationship? Answer, his mom. Question, do you know the relationship between Jamie King and Anthony Williams? Answer, I don't. Question, if I were to show you a copy of your statement, would that refresh your recollection? Answer, nope. Question. Sorry, Ms. Smith, and 1 moment to confer. Nothing further at this time. The court, counsel, thank you. Any cross-examination of this witness? Mr. Howard, yes, sir. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The jurors, good morning. Cross-examination by Mr. Howard. Question. Good morning, Mr. Glass. Mr. Howard, Your Honor, do you mind if we could move the monitor from in front of the witness's face? The witness, I do, I mind. Mr. Howard, okay. Would you mind, Your Honor? The court, I don't mind. Is there a specific issue that you have, Mr. Glass? The witness, I do. Ms. Smith, Judge, can we approach sidebar? This is direct continued cross-examination by Mr. Howard. Good morning, Mr. Glass. Good morning, sir. Answer. No verbal response. Question. There was no response to this. Answer, no. Question, to your text on the first page. Answer, no. Question, on the second page, the state was discussing that essentially you were inquiring of Mr. Demons, Melly, what had gone on because you were trying to get information. Answer, yeah. Question, and you see a conversation here where you get a response. I want to direct your attention to. Answer, I see it. Question, that statement. It says, I showed them niggas more love than they parents, right? Do you see that? Answer, I do see it, bro. Question, thank you. And the next statement by the next message in sequence is again from Melly. It says, TF, what does that mean? Answer, tell me. Question, okay, what does that mean? Answer, I don't know. Question, okay, so you were having a conversation and you didn't understand the response? Answer, I don't know what TF means. Question, so you didn't understand that response, correct? Answer, I just said it. Question, okay, then there's another one that says, men, tell them fuck that if they think I did some shit like that. We can go to war. Nigga, you know I would never do nothing like that. Do you see that? Answer, yes, I see it. Question, okay, so State had mentioned that you got arrested recently and charged criminally, correct? Answer, correct. Question, and on May 30th, not too long ago of this year. Answer, yeah. Question, and one of the charges that was made against you was obstruction of the service of the execution of a search warrant. You're aware of that? Answer, I am now. Question, pardon me? Answer, I am now. Question, so you got charged and you had no idea what you were charged with? Answer, correct. And you are now on free trial release? Answer, I bonded out, sir. Question, okay. And while you're out on bond, you are of the opinion that if you don't come here, answer, I'll be in jail. That's the only reason. The court, excuse me, what happens is when they make objections, you wait before you answer. Objection overruled. The witness. Got you. Hold on just 1 second. I'm going to reread that portion. Okay, and while you were out on bond, you are of the opinion that if you don't come here, I'll be in jail. Ms. Smith, objection, Your Honor, relevance. The witness, that's the only reason. The court, excuse me. What happens is when they make objections, just wait before you answer. Objection noted, it's overruled, proceed. The witness, got you. By Mr. Howard, question. You're of the impression if you don't come here and sit in the chair and testify, you're going to go to jail. Answer, correct. Question. Okay, there are several instances which Ms. Smith, prosecutor, that questioned you, showed you a statement that you previously gave. Remember that? Answer, yes. And you told us you remember seeing me in the deposition not too long ago. Answer, I said what? Question, you remember seeing me last week on Friday? Answer, yeah, I remember. Question, and you recall at the time that your statement to the detective was a few days after the incident? Answer, you say, do I recall? Question, that's what your recollection was at the time? Answer, yes. Question, a couple of days after? Answer, a couple days after. Question, and now after seeing the statement, you realize that it was 4 months later, right? Answer, you say what? You said what? Question, the statement you gave to police. Answer, you're telling me it was 4 months, or asking me. Question, pardon me? Answer, are you telling me or asking me? Question, I'm asking you. Answer, that don't make sense. If you asking me, I told you it was there. It was 3 to 4 days after they died. Why are you asking me if it was 4 months if I just told you? Question, okay. So in the statement that you gave to police back then, you claimed that you had gone into the red vehicle in the rear seat, right? Answer, that was 5 years ago. To the best of my knowledge, that's what I said. Question, you're saying the statement was a few days after, right? Answer, what did, question, the statement that you gave to the police was a few days after the incident? Answer, yes. Question, and you said then that you had gone into the rear of the red vehicle? Answer, to the best of my knowledge, yes. Question, and then you watched this trial unfold on TV over the last couple of weeks, right? Answer, no. Question, you didn't watch any of this trial? Answer, I watched it, but I didn't watch it unfold or whatever you're trying to say. Question, okay. You watched this on TV, this trial? Answer, on the phone. Question, and you saw a video of yourself get into the red vehicle, right? Answer, correct. Question, and you learned that the statement that you gave a few days after the incident was gone. Well, let me reread that question. And you learned that the statement that you gave a few days after the incident was wrong. Answer, because I said I was in the back and I was in the front. Question, yes, exactly that. Answer, that piece? Question, yes, that piece. Answer, okay, yeah. Question, you forgot where you sat in the vehicle a few days after? You can answer. Answer. Answer what? Question. That question. Is that correct, sir? Answer. Did I forget? Question. Did you forget? Answer. I could have made a mistake and said I was in the back and remembered that I was in the front. Question. So when you told the law enforcement officers that you had gone into the back of the vehicle a few days after the incident? Answer. That's what I thought to the best of my knowledge. Question. That's what you thought? Okay. And when you got to Melly's house that morning, you had a key? Answer. Did you have a key? Question. No, I didn't. Did you? Answer. No, I didn't. Question. Who had a key? Answer. I don't know. Question. Do you know of anybody having a key to Melly's house? Answer. I don't know. Question. Okay. But you did gain entrance to the house that morning after you left the studio. Answer, yeah. Question, and then you said you just went and crashed and went to sleep in Judy's room, right? Answer, factual. Question, and you were awakened by your friend Drew? Answer, I did not say that. Question, were you awakened by your friend Drew? Answer, I said I was awakened by phone calls. Question, did you ever make a statement differently where you claimed that you were awakened by Drew? Do you understand the question, sir? Answer, I don't even remember getting asked a question. The court, all right, restate your question. Question, did you ever make a statement to the police? Answer, I don't recall. Question, okay, do you recall now being asked this question and giving this answer? Question by the detective. Then, and so when you first saw Drew, when did you see him? Where did you see him at? Your house or Frido's house? Answer, at the house in Miramar, at Melly's house, okay? He woke me up. It was like, come to the hospital. You said that? Answer, I don't recall. Question, don't recall? All right. When we spoke to you last week, you said you were awakened by phone calls from Christopher Thomas's mom, right? Answer, plenty of phone calls, different people. Question, pardon me? Answer, different people. Question, different people. And the one that you answered was Ricky. So you were awakened by a phone call from Ricky. Answer, to the best of my knowledge. Question, so as you recall it today, Ricky is the one that woke you up with phone calls and not Drew that woke you up in person. Answer, correct. Question, okay, so you smoke a lot of marijuana, right? Answer, possibly. Question, you smoke it anytime you get a chance, I think is how you phrased it. Answer, it's your answer, yeah. Question, that was your answer. Answer, I smoke when I smoke. Question, you smoke when you smoke? Answer, yeah. Question, and when's that? Answer, when I smoke. Question, and when would that be? Answer, when I smoke. Question. How many times a day? Answer, twice, 3 times maybe. Question, and on the night in question, before you got to the studio, on the day in question, you had smoked at least 2 joints, right? Answer, that's your guess. Question, that's what you said, right? Answer, I don't recall. Question, okay. And when you got to the studio, you were smoking, correct? Answer, possibly. Question, were you or weren't you? Answer, that was 5 years ago. Question, you forgot? Answer, I don't recall. Question, and you were drinking Hennessy, I believe, or do you not recall that either? Answer, it's possible. Question, possible, but you don't recall. Answer, I don't. Question, okay, so you don't recall much from that night then, do you? Right? Fair? Answer, right. Question, and when you got in the red vehicle and left, you went to sleep in the vehicle when you left the studio, right? Answer, yeah. Question, and you didn't wake up until you got to the guard gate? Answer, I woke up when we came to a stop. Question, you did not wake up until you got to the guard gate. Am I right or wrong? Answer, I woke up when we came to a stop. It was at the guard gate, yes. Question, have you ever seen track with a gun? Answer, it's possible. Yes, maybe so. Question, okay, so you don't know of any friction between Melly and Anthony Davis at any time? Anthony Williams at any time? Answer, not that I know of. Question, and you don't know of any friction between Melly and Christopher Thomas at any time? Answer, not that I know of. Question, you didn't see any friction at the studio that night of any kind, did you? Answer, I didn't. Question, you did? Answer, I didn't. Question, with respect to your daily marijuana regimen, did you smoke before you came here today? Answer, I did not. Okay, I have nothing further, Judge, thank you. The witness, I should have. The court, counsel, is there any redirect, Ms. Smith? Briefly, your judge. Briefly, Your Honor. Redirect examination by Ms. Smith. Question, Mr. Glass, did you live in Broward County back in October of 2018? Answer, I did not live here. Question, okay, when did you come in relation to this incident in Broward County? Answer, I was picked up probably, I don't know, I was picked up on the weekend or something like that. Question, so how would you, I guess, date how long you were here prior to the incident, time frame? Answer, 3 days, 2 days. Question, okay, so you were not a full-time resident of Melly's residence? Answer, I was not. Ms. Smith, nothing further. This witness excused? Yes, Your Honor. You may step down.
That concludes the readback of witness Glass's testimony, so you may now retire and continue with your deliberations. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Let the record reflect the jury stepped out. Counsel remain along with the defendant. Counsel, I have another question that the jury posed when they came in for readback. And the question reads, what is the conversion to 1 meter equals how many feet?
3 feet, 3 inches.
Rely upon the testimony. Rely upon the testimony.
Everybody agrees?
Yes, sir.
Can I do that just in writing here? Is that all right with everybody?
That's fine.
Oh.
So you must rely upon the testimony.
That's what I started to write.
I'm sorry.
No, you're right.
Sorry, what did you just say? Can I get that typed up, please?
More than once I'll say it. You must rely upon the testimony. Anything else you want to say? Stay, is that all right?
That's fine, right?
There are foods here, so we're going to utilize this time for lunch.
You hear that?
Lunch?
Lunch.
When should we be back?
You tell me, I mean, where are you going? You buying?
Yes.
The 30-minute window thing is out the window.
No, I mean, I think 30 minutes, that's fine. Just be available.
Yes, sir. You have our numbers.
All right, is that good with you, Madam State?
Yes, right.
All right, so we need to avoid it. All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
We're in recess.
Did you hear that? Another cell from my own.
The readback of Travion Glass's testimony is now complete, so the jury has heard it all. We are going to start taking your questions now, so keep them coming to us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, TikTok, and Threads, and we'll get to as many of them as we can. Michael Bryant, host here at Law and Crime, and also an attorney, is here with me. Offie Patterson is an attorney here with me as well, and Mina Lona, a SiriusXM host, is here. Thanks everybody for being with us today. So let's get to our first question. Smurf Duh Gemini from Twitter, Michael, why did the phone say mobile the whole time, and we know that we had to stop at red lights?
Why did the phone say? Oh, as if it was moving. Is that their question?
Yeah, Melly's phone said mobile the entire time they were driving, and then it says outside stationary when you exit the vehicle, according to the prosecution.
Yeah, I'm guessing that the technology, as you know, I'm not a big fan of it, but I'm guessing that it requires a certain period of time actually motionless before it registers as something other than mobile. That'd be my best guess.
All right, let's get to this next question. This is for you, Offie. This is from @JustChillin' and we've heard from @JustChillin' quite a few times from Twitter. Do the defense attorneys in this panel think that the defense picked a good strategy with Melly taking Melly out of the crime scene, or do they think there could have been a better strategy?
So I think they had to choose. So I think they wanted to rely on their alibi witness. And their alibi witness said he wasn't there. They said he was at the house at the time of the murder. And I also think that they didn't have to get a crime scene reconstruction expert, and it saves them having to just add explanations because we knew Melly was likely not going to testify. And, you know, putting him there would have required a lot of explaining and a lot of testimony. And you wouldn't want to open Melly up to too many questions if he was going to testify. But I think it wasn't necessarily the best strategy at the end of the day, because the 9807 number, I do believe, was sufficiently tied to Melly. We believe it was his. And I think that if you follow the phone, you follow and you find out and you learn how the murder took place. So I don't know if it's going to work out, but they use that strategy because of their alibi witness.
Mina, I'll send this next question to you, and it's about Travion Glass. The testimony we just heard read back by the clerk for the jury, and he was with everybody at the recording studio that night. So Cindy Hedden asks from Twitter, I just answered part of the question for you, Mina, but who is Travion Glass? I haven't been able to watch much of this trial.
Travion Glass is a childhood friend of Juvie. They've known each other for over a decade. He was in that red Mitsubishi, which is the other car that was leaving the studio the night in question. He was staying at the house as well, Melly's house. So he has a lot of ties to not only the people who have passed away, but also Melly and this YNW collective. So he was one of two people that were actually in the red car that testified and gave their account. So basically friends of the people who were affected, and they were there so they can give us their opinion on or their recollection of what they remember seeing.
Michael, this next question is from you. It comes from @Reba05 from Twitter. As legal experts, do the questions asked by the jury lead you to determine which way the jury is leaning?
You know, it's always tempting to put probably more into the questions than is the reality. But of course, you want to use that as any sort of insight as to which way they're going. Hopefully, you interpret it as something that helps your side, but that isn't always the case, and sometimes it's totally irrelevant. In this case today, we already know they wanted to get a statement made by Bortland Henry at the hospital, and then they changed their mind and said, no, we don't want that. So what does that tell you? Does that tell you that they've decided amongst themselves that the statement means nothing? And we believe it's the statement in which he first said, hey, this all happened as a result of a drive-by. Does it mean that they believed his statement, don't need to hear it again, or they don't believe it and they don't need to hear it again? So the short answer is you just never know, but you try to interpret it as best you can for your side.
Alrighty. Well, we're going to sign Offie off. So Offie, thanks for being with us today. We really appreciate it. And we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we are going to have Terry Austin come on and tell us what happened in that courtroom and take more of your questions. So stay with us. I'm Anjanette Levy. You're watching Law and Crime. We'll be right back.